We are conditioned to believe in the rules of the restless spirit. A ghost reaches out, a living person finds their remains, and the cycle ends in a moment of hard-won peace. It's a narrative that rewards the hero for their compassion. But that logic relies on the assumption that the haunting wants to be over. If the goal isn't peace, but survival, then the plea for help is no longer a cry for mercy. It's a lure. Think of this as a self-sustaining loop, a system that doesn't haunt a location, but instead hunts for a specific type of occupant to keep its internal clock ticking. This trap operates by weaponizing empathy. It requires a witness who is willing to follow the breadcrumbs of a tragedy, unaware that their desire to save the victim is the very mechanism that triggers the lock. This process began in a small mobile repair shop in Mumbai. At 11 p.m., the owner, Ankit, was closing up when an elderly man entered with a broken smartphone. The man sold the phone for a pittance, leaving Ankit with a single cryptic instruction: do not delete the files found inside. When Ankit powered it on the next morning, he found a 12-second video titled help_me.mp4. It showed a 19-year-old girl, illuminated by a harsh, dim light, weeping and begging for a way out. Ankit attempted to wipe the device, but the operating system blocked him. Every click of the trash icon was met with a persistent delete failed notification. By engaging with the file, Ankit unknowingly initialized a sequence. The video was now a permanent part of his reality, and it was starting to look for a way out of the hardware. By 2 a.m., the infection had spread beyond the physical junk phone. It successfully jumped to Ankit's personal devices without any network connection or physical link. His own smartphone woke him with a series of aggressive vibrations. When he checked the screen, his wallpaper had been replaced by a high-resolution photo of the girl from the video. The original file was also changing. A timeline shows the impossible data growth. The 12-second clip expanded to 27. Day after day, the runtime increased. 40 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. With every added second, a dark shadow appeared pacing behind the girl. The breach became personal when the girl stepped toward the lens, looked directly at the viewer, and spoke Ankit's name. This video was no longer a recording of a past event. It was a live feed, actively processing Ankit as its next subject. Research led Ankit to a missing person report for a girl named Neha. Her trail ended 3 years prior at an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of the city. Believing he could end the cycle by finding her, Ankit drove to the house. He was convinced that by recovering her body, he would solve the mystery and delete the file for good. Inside the mansion, his phone turned itself on. The video now mirrored his movements through the dust-choked hallways. Screen and physical world were perfectly aligned. He reached the door shown on the screen and forced it open. Inside, he found a human skeleton slumped against the wall, a decayed mobile phone still clutched in its hand. This was Neha. As Ankit stood over the remains, his phone screen flared with light. Neha appeared one last time, smiling with a sense of relief. She whispered, "Thank you," and the helpme.mp4 file finally vanished from his storage. This moment of relief is the most dangerous part of the loop. It convinces the helper they have succeeded, providing the emotional closure needed to let their guard down. For 3 months, Ankit lived in peace. The police collected the remains, and the haunting seemed to be a memory of a tragedy he had successfully helped put to rest. But the system only clears a seat when a new occupant is ready. That exact handoff finally occurred when a mystery customer walked right into Ankit's repair shop and handed him another deeply broken phone. The second Ankit took the device, the screen ignited. The helpme.mp4 file was back, appearing instantly in the phone's gallery. The thumbnail didn't show Neha. It showed Ankit's own face, trapped in the same dark room, looking out from the screen with the same expression of terror he had seen 3 months ago. The "thank you," Neha whispered, wasn't for her burial. It was for her release. The act of saving the ghost is the handshake that transfers the digital prison. By following the video to its source, Ankit had effectively checked into the room he was trying to open. This is the replacement paradox. The file cannot be deleted because it is a placeholder for a human soul. It only leaves one device when it finds a new host with enough compassion to follow the signal to its end. In this loop, empathy is the only vulnerability the system needs. The mystery was never meant to be solved, it was meant to be inherited. And now, the video is waiting for someone else to press play.